the Kosovo War, a battle for independence, and a humanitarian crisis. The Kosovo War, 1998 to 1999, was one of the most significant conflicts in the Balkans, marking the final chapter of the bloody breakup of Yugoslavia. The war was fought between the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, led by Serbian President Slobodan Milosevic, and the Kosovo Liberation Army, KLA, a separatist group seeking independence for the ethnic Albanian majority province of Kosovo. The conflict drew international attention due to widespread reports of human rights abuses, ethnic cleansing, and mass displacement, ultimately leading to NATO's intervention. Origins of the conflict. Kosovo, a historically significant region for both Serbs and Albanians, had long been a source of tension. While Serbia considered Kosovo its cultural and historical heartland, the province was home to an overwhelming Albanian majority. Throughout the 20th century, these tensions simmered, but they exploded in the 1990s as Yugoslavia crumbled. After Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia declared independence, Kosovo sought to follow the same path. However, Serbia, under the leadership of Milosevic, refused to allow this, seeing Kosovo as an integral part of the country. The political climate in Kosovo had already been deteriorating since the late 1980s, when Milosevic revoked the region's autonomy, triggering widespread protests among ethnic Albanians. As Serbian control over Kosovo intensified, Albanians faced systemic discrimination, mass firings from government jobs, and restrictions on education and cultural expression. This suppression fueled growing resentment, laying the foundation for armed resistance. The rise of the Kosovo Liberation Army, KLA. Frustrated by decades of Serbian control and repression, Kosovar Albanians began forming the Kosovo Liberation Army, KLA, in the mid-1990s. Initially a small guerrilla movement, the KLA launched attacks on Serbian police and military targets, demanding independence. The Yugoslav government labeled them as terrorists and responded with brutal crackdowns. Villages suspected of harboring KLA fighters were burned, civilians were arrested or executed, and thousands were displaced. This harsh response only fueled support for the KLA and drew international concern. The KLA's ranks swelled as more young Albanians joined the armed struggle. By 1998, the organization was receiving external funding and weapons, particularly from the Albanian diaspora and sympathizers in Western Europe. The KLA's tactics included ambushes, assassinations of Serbian officials, and guerrilla-style engagements with Serbian security forces. These clashes further escalated tensions, leading to all-out war. The war begins. By 1998, the conflict had escalated into a full-scale war. Serbian forces, including paramilitary units, carried out mass killings and atrocities in an attempt to crush the KLA. One of the most infamous massacres occurred in the village of Račak in January 1999, where Serbian forces killed 45 Kosovar Albanians, including women and children. The images of the slaughter, captured by international journalists, shocked the world and intensified calls for intervention. As the war raged on, over 1.5 million Kosovar Albanians were forced from their homes, many fleeing to neighboring Albania and Macedonia. Refugee camps swelled with desperate families, and reports of systematic rape, mass executions, and destruction of homes emerged. The international community, particularly the United States and European nations, condemned Serbia's actions, but diplomatic efforts failed to end the violence. NATO's intervention. After numerous failed peace talks, including negotiations in Rambouillet, France, NATO decided to take military action. On March 24, 1999, NATO launched an extensive bombing campaign against Serbian military targets across Kosovo and Serbia. For 78 days, NATO warplanes struck strategic sites, including bridges, government buildings, and military installations. The campaign was controversial, as some bombings led to civilian casualties, including an attack on a Serbian television station that killed journalists. Despite the heavy bombardment, Milosevic refused to back down. However, by June 1999, Serbia had suffered heavy losses, and under increasing international pressure, Milosevic agreed to withdraw Yugoslav forces from Kosovo. On June 10, NATO declared victory, and Kosovo was placed under the administration of the United Nations, UNMIK, while NATO's peacekeeping force, KFOR, maintained security. The aftermath and Kosovo's independence. With the end of the war, Kosovo remained a volatile region. Thousands of Serbian civilians and troops fled, fearing revenge attacks from returning Kosovar Albanians. In the years that followed, Kosovo struggled to rebuild, facing economic hardship, ethnic tensions, and political instability. In 2008, Kosovo formally declared independence from Serbia, a move recognized by over 100 countries, but still disputed by Serbia and some international powers, including Russia and China. The scars of war remain, with many victims still seeking justice for war crimes committed by both sides. War crimes and justice. In the aftermath of the war, international tribunals and human rights organizations investigated war crimes committed during the conflict. The International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, ICTY, indicted several Serbian and Yugoslav officials, including Slobodan Milosevic, for crimes against humanity. Milosevic was arrested in 2001 and stood trial at The Hague, but died in 2006 before a verdict was reached. The tribunal also investigated crimes committed by the KLA, as reports emerged of reprisals against Serbian civilians and political opponents. Some KLA commanders faced accusations of kidnappings, torture, and executions in secret detention camps. The pursuit of justice remains a sensitive topic, as many former KLA leaders hold prominent political positions in Kosovo today. The role of the international community. The Kosovo War marked a turning point in international intervention policies. NATO's air campaign was one of the first major military actions taken without United Nations approval, setting a precedent for future interventions based on humanitarian grounds. The war also exposed the limitations of diplomacy in resolving ethnic conflicts and highlighted the challenges of post-war reconstruction. Today, Kosovo remains a region of geopolitical significance. While it continues to develop as an independent nation, tensions with Serbia persist, particularly in the northern region where many ethnic Serbs reside. Diplomatic efforts, led by the European Union, aim to normalize relations between Serbia and Kosovo, but progress has been slow and fraught with challenges. Conclusion. The Kosovo War was a defining moment in modern European history. It showcased the horrors of ethnic conflict, the struggles of a people fighting for independence, and the role of international intervention in humanitarian crises. Today, Kosovo stands as an independent state, though its past still haunts its people. As history remembers the war, the lessons learned serve as a reminder of the costs of conflict and the importance of diplomacy in preventing future tragedies. From the ruins of war, Kosovo has emerged with a newfound identity, but the wounds of the past remain fresh. The international community continues to play a crucial role in maintaining peace and ensuring that the region never returns to the darkness it once faced. If you like my video, like and subscribe my channel.